Hey, you are here with Dave Jose on a beautiful Wednesday morning. I don't know if it's beautiful yet. I haven't looked outside, but it's beautiful because we're alive. We're able to discuss some of the things in law, powerful things that are happening. So, what I wanted to do is bring this special video to you guys so you can see how Sophia Zori, a woman from Arizona, powerhouse in the law, use simple law, simple notices in order to bring that fire to Sprouts grocery store. Now, for many of you who know, Sprouts is a grocery store that sells a ton of organic stuff, good, healthy food. A lot of us shop there. A lot of us have spent a ton of money there. Well, what ended up happening was that Sprout started forcing mandates. They started forcing people to wear face diapers, um, making people distant socially, and all this crazy stuff. And it got to the point that some of them were actually getting aggressive against people across the country and in Arizona who were normal customers there. Now, what ended up happening is through Josh Barnett bringing me down to a meeting. I think it's at the MTech Center where the selections are dealt with in Arizona. Um, Josh set up for me to be able to speak, but I met a lady there from uh, Iraq. From she's a Syrian, and we were talking about different things in government and what's happening and how we got into this stuff. And she seemed like she was really smart, super cool. I did a speech on the 5th of November or the 6th, and she was the one who actually recorded it, caught it on video, and put it up live on her page. What was crazy is a lot of people seen that video, and that was the only record of me being able to show people that I was involved with showing people about affidavits and notices and how they would work. And so that's pretty much how we got to meet each other. Now, what ends up happening is that we deal with the law stuff. A gentleman named Adele was running events where people were coming together pretty much every single day down at that center. And, I would see her every once in a while. We would talk, with Josh as well. And it ended up that, the woman started wanting to learn about law. And she got a real humble spirit. She's not one of these people who don't know how to act. Based on her culture, she already understands the importance of respect and stuff like that. So she was the perfect person to learn. So she started learning law. She would ask me different questions so she could understand it, in depth. And she also is a woman that owns businesses or had businesses. So she's able to connect how government works. And she makes a lot of analogies about how a business owner deals with their employees. And it helps a lot of people to understand law. Well, this woman did something that I was not used to doing. She decided that she wanted to do a law class. I've never done one before that point at her house. And she's very good at cooking. So she actually cooked food for tons of people, set out food. We ended up doing a law class and it was nuts. I mean, literally like 40 plus people showed up wanting to learn about the law, wanting to learn how to put stores on notices, and it was all because of her work. So I never had an idea like this. I never did anything like this. She moved me into a different level of teaching that I've never, been in before. So we have the class. We break down notices and how to do it. She has several students in her class as well as herself who all went out together at the same time and started putting these stores on notice. Now, what's crazy is that she didn't start any fights. She didn't get mean. She didn't try to poke her chest out or get an attitude with anybody. She made up the notices. She sent them to the head man or woman or trustee of all the companies. She also sent it to the local managers who were giving people issues in the local stores ahead of time. Now, there were other people in the state who were trying to give their own types of notices after getting mine and changing them. And what ended up happening is they didn't give the notices out first. They kind of just went and told people we're coming in and this, that, and the other. Some of them got tickets, but they didn't follow my way. They wanted to do it their own way. Sophia actually learned my way, but then she took it and added some of her own stuff and style to it. And she started making calls and talking directly with the top people in the companies. It was crazy. So she sends out this notice to Sprouts and other stores. And the crazy thing is, some of the people who went to her event also did it and gave me a report of what happened. And I saw that an email was sent back from the legal team, but it had no signature for who it was on the legal team, no name. It just said the legal team, Sprouts legal team, right? So we get some special stuff back yesterday because Sophia posted a picture, and she posted a picture of the notices that she did to all the different stores. So I want you guys to see, because here it is. There's a woman in Arizona who's humble, polite, strong, really big into studying, having knowledge and wisdom. And I want to tell you that she has done this and been part of what's happened with Sprouts. And also the mandates in Arizona, where the governor was saying that there was mask mandates, that, we had to follow these mandates and recommendations. Notice he was really forceful. She put out another notice on her page. And 4 days later, and she started sending it out. People started sending it out. 4 days later, the governor drops all these mandates and say, "Look, we're not going to do this. It's the local people who are doing this. The political subdivisions is not me." And there was a bill that was passed to stop businesses from forcing people or having to. And he said, "Listen, I never." In a writing he did, I never made any mandates for them to have to do this. That was the localities, that was the municipalities. So he backed down, and then there was somebody who contacted her who knew the government official, but didn't like her. And he said, "Do you think it's your notices that made him stop?" So he knew exactly what it was that made them stop. But Sophia has been involved in this work, and I just thought that it would be good to do a video about her and give her praise, because she is one woman who decided to do something. There were many others who decided to do things their own way, not using the law or to try to use force and demand without the law. And she humbly used the law, took information, taught others, built other people up along the way, got people to come to 2 classes. We did 2 law classes. Josh Barnett came to the second one. And people are starting to get remedy and see how powerful it is when you put the government officials on notice. And and the stores. I tell people that a lot of times these people don't have knowledge and understanding of what the real law is, and has been hidden from them. Well, Sophia just put them on notice, and that fire got dropped. And I'm going to now show you guys what it looks like when you do what Sophia does. When you give these people notice and you stand on the real law, you bring that smoke. You bring fire. Let's check it out. So let's check out this beautiful stack of notices sent to multiple stores. What we can see here is the law actually being perfected. This is us taking and given notice by Sophia Zori to tons of stores. Now, this is the effort of a woman who understands the law. She gives notices on legal size 8.5 by 14 paper to all the stores, as well as the government officials, letting them know that nobody has the power to go against the people. Now, Sprouts actually gets some love in this thing. I'm going to show you the circled notice to Sprouts. Here it is. This is the one that Sophia dropped the hammer on Sprouts with. So there was no getting away. There was no running. And we get a chance to see if the documents that Sophia does has teeth. Boom! What do you know? Sprouts Farmers Market. Jeff Weitzman just confirmed with Dale at Sprouts headquarters in Scottsdale, Arizona, which Sophia hit them at the headquarters, hit them at the top of corporate and at the local stores. Tomorrow, shoppers will be allowed to shop face-free with no mask. Unbelievable. Is it unbelievable, y'all? Is it unbelievable? Or do we see once again somebody who takes the law and uses it lawfully being effective? Thank you, Sophia Zori, for all your hard work and dedication and for lifting people up and teaching. You're the best.